In a lush, serene forest, lived many animals under the rule of a wise and compassionate king, dear Nigrodha. The forest was a place of harmony and peace, disrupted by hunters. Dear Nigrodha gathered the animals and said, "We must find a way to protect ourselves from the hunters. Let us work together and find a solution that ensures the safety of all." A notorious hunter entered the forest, intent on capturing the animals. The animals, fearful for their lives, looked to dear Nigrodha for guidance. Dear Nigrodha consulted with a clever rabbit. "Rabbit, do you have any ideas on how we can outsmart this hunter?" asked Nigrodha. The rabbit replied, "I have a plan, Your Majesty." The animals worked together, setting a clever trap for the hunter. They dug a deep pit and covered it with leaves and branches. The clever rabbit approached the hunter, hopping just close enough to be seen but far enough to stay out of reach. "Over here, hunter," the rabbit called. The hunter, eager to catch the rabbit, followed it straight into the trap. He fell into the pit, unable to escape. The animals gathered around the pit, celebrating their success. Dear Nigrodha smiled and said, "Together, we can overcome any challenge. Let us always remember our strength." The hunter, realizing his fate, pleaded, "Please, noble deer, spare my life. I promise never to harm the creatures of this forest again." Dear Nigrodha looked at the hunter with compassion and said, "If you truly repent and promise to change your ways, we will spare you." The animals helped the hunter out of the pit. The hunter, grateful and humbled, bowed to dear Nigrodha and left the forest, never to return. With the hunter gone, the forest returned to its peaceful state. The animals lived in harmony, grateful for the wisdom and leadership of dear Nigrodha. Dear Nigrodha addressed the animals, "You have all shown great courage and unity. Let us continue to protect our home and live together in peace." A wise owl gathered the young animals and said, "Remember this story, young ones. It teaches us that wisdom, compassion, and unity are our greatest strengths." The young animals grew up hearing the story of dear Nigrodha's wisdom. They learned to value peace and unity, ensuring the forest remained a sanctuary for all. Dear Nigrodha and the other animals took turns patrolling the forest, always on the lookout for threats and ready to protect their home. The hunter, true to his word, never harmed another animal. He lived a peaceful life in a nearby village, often helping injured animals and spreading the story of dear Nigrodha's compassion. Dear Nigrodha continued to lead the animals with wisdom and compassion. His teachings were passed down through generations, ensuring the forest remained a place of peace. To honor dear Nigrodha, the animals built a statue under the banyan tree. They gathered around it to remember his wisdom and the peace he brought to their lives. The forest remained a sanctuary of peace and unity, forever guided by the teachings of dear Nigrodha. The animals lived happily, always remembering the power of wisdom and compassion.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.